Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another Legacy of the Void short games compilation. This is going to be a game featuring matches from the WCS 2016 Global Finals that wrapped up a couple of weeks ago. And let's get this started with a game between Stats and ByuN here on Apotheosis, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is ByuN. And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Stats. So this is a rematch between these two players that came up a few days ago on the channel. Not sure how long ago it was, but I have cast a game between these two players. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but in the top right, I'll put a link to it. You can see how this turned out here. So ByuN is well known for his early timing attacks. He's sending an SCV out first thing. And there it is. There's the proxy barracks coming up. We've seen him do this very thing to players before. Was it Showtime? In my previous short games compilation video, I'm going to put the link to that in the top right as well. You want to see more of this short game stuff. I know a lot of you guys enjoy it. Again, I've tried to sneak them into other games as well where you don't know that they're short games, but there are a lot of short ones from the WCS Global Final, so I figured I would do a video solely of them, and I hope you enjoy it. Probe, gonna throw down a quick Nexus here at this gold base without scatting. Stats, man, you gotta scout. You gotta see what is coming before you throw down that early Nexus. Okay, not that early, it's after Gateway, but you know what I mean. So here comes ByuN, early barracks with nothing else following. This is weird. Is this just a proxy? Oh, that's a Marine. I thought it was gonna be a Reaper for sure. For certain. Okay, so not that at all. Making a factory here, so going 1-1-1. Good Destiny Cloudfist. Here, proxy Destiny Cloudfist is ByuN, making a Marine. Again, Stats has not scouted at all. Not even the tiniest, smallest inklings of smidgens. Ooh, so one Marine comes out, making a reactor now on that barracks, and might use it to swap onto the factory. We'll see if that's exactly what ByuN is trying to do or not. That's my guess. If I had to make a guess, that's what I would say here. Adept coming in for Stats. Very standard build here. Mothership Core on the way. Double Assimilator coming up. Warp Gate Research coming in as well. Twilight Council or Robotics Facility is what I assume is the next play here for Stats. And he's playing blind, man. There's the starport. Tech Lab coming onto that factory. So let's see. Is that a swap? No, just making a Marine here on this barracks. And I think then we're going to see a swap. That's what I feel here. So the nope, tank coming in. I'm just going to stop guessing stuff. Stop guessing. Stop guessing. Factory making a tank. Double pumping Marines now. Going to have a medevac coming out of the starport at the same time. It is a one-base play. Stats is blind. This is why you scout. This is why. He has no idea this is coming. Mothership Core does have enough for a single photon overcharge, but guess what? Tanks can outrange those things very easily. And it is a Stargate opening out of Stats. Alright, so Stargate maybe with an Oracle could possibly save him, but this Marine count is getting scary from ByuN. Finally sending an Adept down to scout things out at the 3-minute mark, but that is a wall off here of supply depots. Adepts are going to have a hard time getting through that. And here comes the push. 4 Marines and a tank coming right down to this base. A single Adept is here and finishing the transfer, but those Marines are scary. Get out. Run. Photon overcharge does come up, killing SCV, but Marines staying out of the range of that pylon. Tank is not even in siege mode. This base is absolutely going to fall. Probe ends up getting killed. Long distance transferring at the wrong time. Stats has nothing to deal with this whatsoever. The Mothership Core can't even defend either. Photon overcharge does come up from the right side. Does kill a single Marine, but it's not going to be enough. Finally, the tank goes into siege mode. Going to try to splash down that pylon, which does kill a Marine. A little bit sloppy play there from ByuN. A little bit sloppy, but this base is definitely going to fall. 2 tanks in siege mode with the Marine DPS as well. And the Nexus falls. Moving up now. Flying tank action. This is not possible in the current patch, that's for sure, but still. It is fun to see anyway. Here comes the tank moving right on up. Not afraid of anything. Marines providing support as well. And Stats is in a ton of trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to make a Cyclone, trying to make a Viking, but I'm not sure they'll even get out here. Or that's what, sorry, what ByuN is doing. Trying to make Phoenix is what Stats is working on. But this Marine count is currently way too high for that. Going to be 9 of them out at a time. Photon overcharge does manage to come up right now if he needs it. But these tanks are splash damaging on whatever they can find, depowering the Stargate, depowering the Warp Gate at the same time. And Stats is absolutely going to have to tap out here in just a couple seconds. Phoenix ends up getting killed. Tanks are not even in siege mode. Probes coming in as well, trying to do what they can against this, but they just get absolutely melted, lifting one of the tank, but a Viking comes in to clear out this Phoenix lock-on mode at the same time. Everything is gone for Stats, but a handful of probes. Mothership Core finally falls, and that is it. A good game from Stats. Stats is defeated, and ByuN is victorious in game number 1 here of our short games compilation. Yep, that's how you do. That's how ByuN does these little timing attacks. I just don't know why you wouldn't scout ByuN. I don't understand. This is exactly what can happen. Let this be a lesson to you. Everybody who plays StarCraft 2 that's watching this, ByuN will come and wreck your stuff if you don't scout him. You just have to. You have to know this is happening. You can't expand, especially as Protoss. Maybe as Zerg you can, but as Protoss you cannot. You got to make units. You got to account for tanks. You got to account for Marines. And Stats did not. So let's move on to game number 2 here. Going to feature 2 different players, and we'll be right back. Hello, StarCraft fans. Welcome back to game 2 of our short games compilation. This is going to be a game between Dark and aLsEr on King Sejong Station, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Dark. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Elazer. So 2 amazing Zerg players here with incredible skills between them. We'll see who comes out on top here in this one. Again, Zerg games can be very difficult. Zerg versus Zerg, specifically. Especially if it evolves into a Ling versus Baneling type thing. One bad misclick, one Baneling hit on your Lings that kills 10 of them, and you lose the game. It is very, very, very razor-thin margins that these things can be. So we'll see who's going to come out on top here. I wouldn't be surprised if we still see Hatch first from these players, and it still turns into a short game just because you can do this in Legacy of the Void. You throw it on the expansion under 1 minute into the game. You get your extractor, you get your pool. You can have a ton of Lings, Banelings out at the 3-minute mark or so and really start to go to town on your opponent. So we'll see who decides to go for the greedy 2-base play, and maybe somebody going to go for a third without quite scouting what their opponent is up to. So yeah, both players going for that extractor. It looks like aLsEr's is a little bit sooner than Dark's. His pool is a little bit sooner as well. There it is. Dark a little bit behind here, surprisingly. Dark is a pretty darn scary Zerg player. aLsEr terrifying as well, mind you, but if I had to choose, I'd say that Dark has a bit of an edge, but this timing a little bit better for aLsEr. aLsEr even has a better worker count than Dark has, so this does not bode well for Dark when we get right down to it. I mean, it's not huge, but at the pro level, the tiniest differences in worker count, those tiniest differences in timings can really be the difference between winning and losing. I'll always remember in the Day 9 Daily 100, which if you haven't watched, you probably should. I'll put it in the top right here. Day 9 used to do, if you don't remember, which would make me sad actually, but he used to do Day 9 dailies with StarCraft 2, where he would look at strategies of the professionals. He would try to teach different build orders and kind of show what makes the pros good, what separates them from other players, and it was a really great experience. I loved watching him for sure, but his 100th episode, he kind of talked about his life of StarCraft. He did play professionally with Brood War for a while. He actually won a major tournament. I think it was in Indonesia, wherever that was. I wish I could remember the name of it, but regardless, he just talks about how in the game where he won the whole thing, he basically saw what his opponent was doing, recognized exactly what the timings were and what he needed to do to win, and just did it. It was just like he was on autopilot. He knew exactly how to handle what his opponent was trying to do. He got his timings down, his micro was good, and that was it. I mean, that's how the pros win these things, is just by recognition of what your opponent is doing, getting your build orders, getting your counters down, and making it happen. So anyway, you should watch that thing if you have some time. Third hatch coming up for Dark, third hatch coming up for aLsEr as well. So neither player is going for a crazy 2-base all-in. I am very interested to see how this is going to work. Dark is getting a Baneling nest. Is aLsEr getting a Baneling nest? No, that might be our problem here, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard. It's really hard to deal with Banelings from your opponent if you don't have a Roach Warren or a Baneling nest of your own. If you're just trying to do it with pure Ling and Queen. Okay, there's the Roach Warren. So aLsEr will have roaches, hopefully. Both players have good Overlord spread here, you'll notice. Just crossing the map here, red versus blue all over the place. Which means that Dark shouldn't be able to get too many Lings across the map without aLsEr recognizing what is going on. Banelings at the top of the ramp, and not necessary to hit with those. You'll notice the control by Dark. He did not allow the Banelings to hit on just 4 Lings. He wants to save those for bigger hits, if at all possible. I mean, he would have if he didn't have the Lings to defend against that, but he did, so not a big deal. Banelings here from Dark sneaking in. Wow, Banelings everywhere for Dark. Actually sneaking on forward here. Here we go. More Banelings on the top. Yes, again, roaches. A possibility here for aLsEr. He's making 3 of them. Can he make this thing happen? Everybody, there's Lings running all over the place with speed. Banelings do not have speed. They are slow. Lings trying to knock down this third base if they can. 3 queens coming on up. Banelings do not want to get hit by those queens at all. Forced to retreat is Dark. aLsEr manages to hold on, but he swings back around to this natural base. Banelings are falling behind here. Banelings getting picked off from behind. Banelings still alive. He wants to get it. No, picked off there by a couple of... Oh, Banelings, that was a big hit. And another big hit! There it is. That might actually be it. Ladies and gentlemen, Ling count here is good for Dark, but no, chasing him away enough. 2 queens and 3 roaches to force him back. Oh no, 2 queens getting cut out in the open here by these Lings from Dark, sneaking on down to this third base. Are they? No, they want to catch these roaches out in the open. I think there are enough Lings to clean these guys out. They're trying desperately to survive. Another queen gets picked out there. 3 roaches I don't think is going to be enough here. More roaches coming on in, but it's the full surround by these Lings. Absolutely wrecking face. All the roaches are gone. All the drones are gone. And it looks like Dark is going to win this ZVZ. There's the good game. Well played out of aLsEr. aLsEr is defeated and Dark is victorious. Yeah, like I said, you can defend with Roach, but it can be difficult. It all came down to that big Baneling hit is what it really was. Dark got a big Baneling hit, took out a bunch of Lings there. Lost count 24-19. That's all it is. That's all it is. 26-30 Harvesters. Dark had better worker count at the end as well. But again, he had lost 12 drones. So yeah, Dark basically cut workers, came in with Lings and Banes. aLsEr tried to skip Banelings, go for Roaches instead. Did not work out for him. And he lost our ZVZ. It all comes down to little teeny tiny bits is what it does. All right, so let's move on to game number 3, again between 2 different players, and I'll be right back. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to our Short Games Compilation 2016. This is going to be a game between ByuN and Violet here on Dasan Station, the Ladder Edition. In the top left side of Dasan Station, we have the red Terran player. It is ByuN. And in the bottom right side of Dasan Station, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Violet. So a ZVT here on this particular map. Now, normally I would say that Zerg has an advantage on this map. There are so many different attack paths you have to worry about as Terran. Yes, you can take a nice save expansion, but there's a back door that is open. Yeah, the Zerg has to knock down some rocks to get there, but that's usually not a problem for them. Gold bases can be harassed from the back side. It's just rough. It is really rough for both Terran and Protoss on this map, which is why most of them, I think, have this vetoed. I'm surprised ByuN does not in this WCS 2016 Global Finals, but regardless, it is ByuN. And he excels in ZVZ, so we'll see how he does. Drone harassment here on the SCV trying to build the barracks at the front door. That is very annoying. Not able to get it. SCV, it does come off to save his friend. Our Reaper name does have a next one on the list to pull on out here, and there's the hatch out of Violet. So pull first, though, into hatch. He does want to be a little bit harassy or get some queens out for defense. One of the two is his strategy. ByuN doing nothing weird at this point. He's waiting for that barracks to finish with that Captive Ultralisk here on the right side. Always makes me sad to see that Captive Ultra. Probably hasn't eaten in days. Okay, Reaper in production by ByuN. Let's see what his name is going to be. It is going to be Paladin of Lex Talionis. After the Zerg invaded Core Hall, he decided to join the Reaper Corps. While serving time as a Reaper, he joined Talionis Squad, Retaliation Squad, where he became the leader of the group, earning the name Paladin of Lex Talionis. All right, so it's a retaliation for Core Hall, which I believe that was a planet overrun by the Zerg back in Brood War. Was that the specific one where Kerrigan got assimilated? Because they had the psi emitter that they dropped down there. Manx dropped down the psi emitter. The Zerg came, overran the entire planet. Kerrigan got assimilated. Bad news for Core Hall. Anyway, this is Paladin of Lex Talionis. It's always hard when there are multiple made-up names here. Yep, Lex Talionis gonna try to kill this queen. KD8 charge whiffing there, does not have any kills, unfortunately, down to 12 hit points. That queen doing a good job harassing and harassing. Taking the base here is Violet here with the gold. It's nice to have the gold, but this other side harassment is a bit of a problem, as Reapers can swing around there and do some damage at some point. But Reaper of a Paladin of Lex Talionis is coming back home. Yep, going to come down to that ramp and come around this back side to see what damage he can do. These Lings are knocking down these rocks to try to get around to that side to defend it. But at this point, our Zerg player is looking okay. Looking A-okay here. ByuN is taking the expansion. Boom, done. Upgrading it to an orbital command, and here comes the Reaper. Reaper throwing it down. Paladin of Lex Talionis getting some revenge for Core Hall. Queen here at particular spots can actually hit the Reaper, right? So the range of the Reaper is 4. Queen range is 4 as well. So you'll notice the Reaper can't come in without taking hit. So great positioning here by Violet. ByuN does not like what he sees here, making a couple Marines at a time, really working on that factory with the Tech Lab into a tank. Does he have a starport yet? No, and one is not in production. So going Marine tank on the ground. Very interesting stuff here. Do you have any kills? A kill! A kill from Paladin. Excellent job there, sir. But the rocks are almost down, and these Lings almost have speed, so it is time to go home. It is time to get the heck on out of there. We're going right past the... crap, is that an Ursidon? Ursidon! Very scary stuff here. Lings on the way to try to cause some problems here. Is that a full wall yet? No, but there's a good number of Marines to defend this. Violet's going to come up the ramp and then flee. Run! Or just let a lot of Lings die unnecessarily. That's interesting. Tank setting up in siege mode. Yeah, the Lings have no chance. ByuN did have time to wall this off. Excellent job there by ByuN. And is this Drop Lord play? Drop Lord play from Violet. Oh no. Queens, Lings, moving right on in. Your walls mean nothing to me, says Violet. So he's 2 base and he is committing here to this Drop Lord strategy. He is not taking a third. Either this wins or it fails, which seems moderately possible in this situation. So Lings are going to distract people on the back door while the drop of the Lings and the Queens here. They got to take down that tank first of all. I think that's the big problem. Marine count looking very good for ByuN. Lings knocking down SCVs here at the front door. Does ByuN, can he save it? He's trying. He's losing a couple Marines in the process. Queens stabbing away. Tank fire. A bit of a problem on these guys. Supply Depot falls there. SCV's coming to defend as well. I'm not sure this is enough from Violet. No, he's forced to pick up and retreat, but losing the Drop Lords. Good stutter step action there from ByuN, killing all of the Drop Lords. Lings trying to come in, but a tank splash does come off. Tank with 10 kills to its name, and handling that very well was ByuN. Excellent, excellent job there. Violet in huge trouble right now. He's down 41 to 25 total harvesters. He is getting a Roach Warren, which is fine, but this counterattack from ByuN could be devastating. He does have a starport, right? Yes. He's making a reactor on it to double pump those medevacs. Lings coming up. Violet knows he needs to keep ByuN's attention is what he needs here, because if ByuN just marches right on in with these tanks and these Marines, feels no reason to head back home. Is there a tank here? There is a tank here covering that back door. Oh, ByuN, you think of everything. You think of everything. Spinecrawler's trying to come up at his natural base, but no, killing them, forcing a cancel here. Some Lings coming on in 2, 3, 4 at a time. Not going to work. Queens versus these Marines. Very scary stuff. Indeed, 1 Queen dies. Drones getting murdered at the same time. The medevac does get picked off by the Queens, which is very nice, but a lot of drones getting killed there as well. It's 43 to 15 harvesters. Lings just not enough against these Marines. Yes, these Marines are very low on HP, but that's it. A GG from Violet. Violet is defeated, and ByuN is victorious in 6 minutes and 19 seconds. I think ByuN was probably planning an attack like that anyway. Violet just kind of forced the issue by trying that drop with the Lings and the Queens, but no, ByuN was ready. ByuN was ready with the tanks, with the Marines. Good micro, good defense there. Did lose, I think, a supply depot, right? 3 supply depots in the end, 11 Marines and a tank, but not enough, really, to cripple him. And Violet was down in worker count substantially, counterattack too much, and Violet tapped out. So nicely done by ByuN. I think that is that the second? Yep, that's the second win he's got in the short games compilation. And I think more of him is coming up later. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be back with our next game in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to Game 4 of our short games compilation. This is going to be a game between Neeb and Patience on Frozen Temple. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Neeb, also known as Neeb. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Patience, also known as Patience. So both of these players have some really good victories on my channel as of late. Patience playing well, Neeb playing well. Actually been a while, I think, since I've seen Neeb on the channel, but we need to fix that. Neeb is an amazing American Protoss player, sponsored by Ting, the only player of StarCraft 2 to be sponsored by Ting. And Patience, a very excellent player of his own right. Good decision-making, good patience, good micro, good macro. Really no weaknesses in his game. A lot of fans for Patience as well. So a PvP mirror match in our short games compilation. No idea who's going to come out on top here. That is absolutely for sure. I'd say these players are pretty equal. I'd say in skill, Neeb's a little bit newer. Patience is a little bit more experienced, so maybe if I had to place a betting line on this, I would say Patience has a bit of an edge. But one base in it with a double gateway here, a double assimilator. Interesting. Patience, is he not going to expand? He's not. All right, so no expansion. There's the Cyber Core coming on in. Our friend Neeb is going for pretty much the same thing. So double gateway into Cybernetics Core. I wonder if one of these players or both of them went one base builds previously and they saw it coming. And now they both expect it, because that is an identical build. Look at that production tab. Cybernetics Core, Gateway, Pylon, Probe. Done. Straight up, the same build by these players. We'll see who comes out on top. We'll see where they vary. That's the important thing in PvP. It's not going to be the same thing every time. Someone's going to make a different choice, usually after the Cybernetics Core comes out. So Cyber Core done. Boop. There it is. And it's going to be Warp Gate Research for Neeblet. A couple Stalkers here for Patience. Same thing for Neeb. And a Mothership Core coming in for Patience as well. So Warp Gate more important to Neeb, Mothership Core more important for Patience. Might benefit Neeb just a little bit here. There it is. Chrono boosting out that Warp Gate. And here we go. Probe scouts the whole thing for Neeb. There is a probe scout by Patience moving out, although the path he's taking indicates it could be some kind of a weird proxy thing. He is really trying to stay out of the limelight here. Yes. Patience going ninja tech here. Do it. Throw down a pylon. Come on, Patience. Throw down a pylon. You can do this thing. Not going to do it. All right, so Stalker's moving out for Patience. Stalker's defending for Neeb. And actually, no, Probe moves out. Probe moves out just to try to see what's up. Stalker's going to murder it. Sorry, Probe. You dead. Nice try, though. Stalker versus Stalker, 2 versus 2, the ultimate test of skill. Neither player wants to engage in that one. Continuing to make Stalkers. Oracle coming out for Neeb. Second base out for Patience. So Neeb either needs to expand or make this one base play work. And that is pretty much as succinct as I can put it here. So Stalker count 4 for Patience. Stalker count 4 for Neeb. Continuing to produce nothing, actually. Oh, Neeb's going for a lot of Stalkers here. Patience trying to go Robotics Facility. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if he's going to be able to get there here, but Neeb's playing pretty defensively. If he has the higher Stalker count, well, he will in about 2 seconds here, but that Immortal production that's going to come out of that Robotics Facility is of the utmost importance for Patience. He needs that. He needs that more than anything. And Neeb is expanding. Okay, so a little bit behind Patience here. Like at the 4 corners are these Stalkers. They're trying to kill this Oracle. Get the Oracle. Chasing it away at the very least. And Mothership Core ready to defend if the Oracle comes in. There are 2 pylons in great positions to cover this mineral line. Mothership Core has enough for 2 photon overcharges. Oracle trying to be sneaky, but it's just difficult. It is very difficult here. Getting a probe. That's good. That's pretty good stuff. And here comes Neeb with his push. Can the Oracle chasing, dragging the Stalkers away. Neeb has the higher Stalker count. He's got 8. 8 to Patience's 4. This is not good. This is not good for Patience at all. Stalker is trying to win this thing. Are there Immortals? No, he didn't make an Immortal. Oh, no, he didn't make an Immortal. Oracle here for Neeb, sneaking on in this back door. Oh, no, Patience. Your attention was elsewhere. Free kills. Free kills on the Oracle. 15 probes killed so far. Stalker count looking pretty darn good for Neeb. And yes, slowly whittling down that Stalker count. Sentry getting focused down. No, it's not actually. Working on the Stalker. Sentry now getting killed. Photon Overcharge does come up here. It does push back Neeb just a little bit, but it's 27 to 17 total harvesters. Good micro, or I was going to say Blink Stalker micro, but regular Stalker micro by both of these dudes. Oh, walking just in range, and that is it. A GG from Patience. Patience is defeated, and Neeb is victorious. Again, it just came down. It just came down to Neeb getting more Stalkers. Patience went for the Robotics Facility and then didn't make an Immortal. He made an Observer instead. I feel like if he'd made an Immortal, much different experience. Much different. Also, Neeb did manage to sneak that Oracle down on in. Where's that Oracle? Oracle ended up getting a whole ton of probe kills. It was 29 to 18 total harvesters. Patience recognized he'd been devastated in his main mineral line and decided to tap out. So, great job there by Neeb getting the win against Patience, the more established player. And Neeb with the victory. All right, so let's move into game number 5 in our short games compilation, and I'll be right back. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to game number 5 of my short games compilation 2016. This is a game between True and Zest on Dasan Station, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map is the red Protoss player. It is Zest. And in the top left side of the map is the blue Zerg player. It is True. Alright, so a PvZ short game here for you guys. Again, this is game number 5, I believe it is. All of this are from WCS 2016 Global Finals. A lot of short games there, a lot of great stuff to highlight. Way to show you how to play short games instead of the crazy macro style that I usually cast on the channel. So, Zest, a wonderfully, wonderfully strong Protoss player here. True, a terrifying, terrifying Zerg player. Although, he has been challenged recently on the channel. I'll put a link in the top right. Actually, I might forget to do that one. But just search True on the channel. You'll see a cast from maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, involving a ZVP with True. Watch that one. Recommend it. True versus Patience. True going hatch first against the Protoss here. Again, you can take this goal. You have to worry about harassment from the other side. I know I said that in a previous game in this very cast, but it is still the truth. Zest going for a 2 gateway opener with a single assimilator into cybernetics core. Boop. There that one goes. Extractor spawning pool from True. Nothing crazy going on here as well. So Zest not going 1 gate expand. Instead has 3 workers on the gas now. Overlord scouts this from True. Beautiful scout. This air distance rush is not very long, and it really allows a enterprising Zerg player to scout this out pretty easily, even with just a Sloverlord. He knows nothing can kill him until that Cybercore finishes, and a Stalker comes out of that gateway, so he can just chill here forever and ever. There's the expansion. Okay, a little bit later than usual, but nothing to worry about if you're Zest. Double Adept. Yep, double Adept. Coming up, single Chrono Boost from Zest. True is just making queens, making a couple lings, not really overcommitting to that play. Saturating the gold before he saturated. It's his main. Excellent choice indeed. Warp Gate research coming out for our Protoss player Zest. And speed getting started from True. I like this music. I think this might be my favorite song on the StarCraft 2 soundtrack. Just like strings. Strings are great. Alright, so a bunch of lings are out here and a single queen. Doing pretty well against 2 adepts, I would say. Lings don't have speed yet, but on creep they're pretty quick. Gonna try to get that surround the adepts. Are they gonna finish the transfer? Nope. They cancel it. Get up on here in the natural base instead. Good head fake. Good head fake there by Zest. Queens stabbing away. Adepts pull back a little bit. Transfer does not finish. Canceled at the last second. Again, Zest, you tease. You are such a tease. True making a lot of lings. 8 lings in production. Getting speed for his overlords. Waiting for speed for his lings to finish so he can deal with these stupid adepts that are causing him so much trouble. Lings really want to knock down these rocks as well, because guess what? More adepts are coming out to that back door. True could be in trouble here. Creep spread continuing. Nothing but adepts, except there is a robotics facility coming up for Zest. Where is that thing? Twilight Council, robo facility. Adepts on this backside, forcing those drones away. Ah, so annoying. So annoying. Queens can hit them. Queens can hit the adepts. Are those drop lords? Yeah, drop lord play. Oh, so True's doing the same thing from the previous PvZ that we just tried. Huh. Alright, so here we go. Drop Lord action, Queens, and Overlords, and Lings. Gonna try to sneak across here. Adepts ready to rock, but not in position to defend, as it turns out. So we'll see if this works for True. He's gonna try to make it work. There's 1 Drop Lord. There are 3 total Drop Lords. Ling's gonna try to attack the front at the same time. And canceling that Psionic transfer. Did they see the Drop Lords? I don't know that they did. Zest is gonna be in a lot of trouble here, ladies and gents. A lot of trouble here. And there it is. There's the drop. Queens and Lings right on top of everything here. So much trouble for Zest. He is making a Dark Shrine. That's not going to happen. Trying to come in with the Mothership Core. Queens and Lings knocking down that pylon. Depowering everything at the front door, including the Cyber Core. So many dead probes. Holy smokes. Probes are dying. Queens pulling on out. And Mothership Core cleaning out the Lings, but it doesn't really matter. 19 probe kills, 20 probe kills, and that's it. A GG from Zest. Zest is defeated. True victorious in a 4-minute and 30-second game there. Dang quick. Dang quick out of True. Just makes it happen. Drop Lords, Lings, Queens off of 2 bases. Gets a bunch of early mineral income from this gold base. A single refinery or extractor does not need much gas to pull this off. Comes in, drops in on top, kills the pylon, powering 2 gateways, 3 gateways, and a Cyber Core. Bunch of Lings. Nothing really to defend for Zest, and he's forced to tap out. Sometimes walling is not as safe as you think it might be, especially on this map. So again, I know why this map is vetoed by a lot of Protoss and Terran, but True gets the win on this one. Okay, so let's move into game number 6, coming up in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to Falcon Paladin's Short Game Compilation 2016. This is a game between Elazer and TY here on Dasan Station, the Ladder Edition. A lot of Dasan Station in this Short Games compilation. In the top left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Elazer. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is TY. So again, very, very scary Korean Terran player here is TY. Polish Zerg Elazer, very scary for different reasons. But should see who comes out on top here. Whoa! What? Elazer throwing down a hatch first at TY's gold expansion. You gonna see this? Not gonna scout this. Not going to scout it. Holy smokes, Elazer. Was it Cats that popularized this play, especially Zerg versus Protoss? I feel like it was Cats who like to throw down the hatch right at the natural of the Protoss and then just throw down spine crawlers and pretty much win from there. I've actually done this before. I have done this against Terrans in the past. It's one of my early casts on the channel. My commentating was terrible. I'm explaining way too much to an audience that probably knows exactly what's going on already, but either way, Overlord scouting this. Hatch is going to pop. TY has no idea this is coming. Spawning pool on the way does not need speed. The Lings don't need speed for this thing to work. Bringing the drones down to throw down the spines. The Lasers got to feel like it's Christmas. Got to feel like it's Christmas. A Reaper's coming out. It's just too late to stop anything from happening is the problem. So let's take a look at our Reaper name list, and this is going to be Bob the Reaper. He has a certain physical feature and is a member of a club he isn't supposed to talk about. That's a reference to a movie. You can probably guess what it is. Oh, says TY, crap. There's creep at the bottom of my base. There are 3 spine crawlers at the bottom of my base. Quick, cancel the supply depots. Quick, make a bunker. Quick, send a Reaper down to try to kill these buildings. SCV as well, using their DPS as much as possible. Lings are going to pop out, though, and chase everybody away. Get away from my spine crawlers. Save these Lings. Queen is almost done here as well. That's going to be a massive job here. TY is going to be hard pressed to deal with this. Bob the Reaper. No, there are spine crawlers now. Bob the Reaper wants no part of this. SCV comes down. Unfortunately, here come the... Yep, there we go. Spine crawlers. Coming close. KD8 charges being tossed on down, but it's so hard to kill a spine crawler with KD8 charges. Providing high ground spotting is Mr. Overlord. Can anything attack anything on the high ground here? The answer is going to be yes. Oh, yes, this creep spread here too. TY is in a mountain of trouble. Ling's coming on up. There's a single bunker just walking right on in here. Are these spine crawlers? Can TY hold this? He's trying to block the planting of these spines. No! A spine is going to get planted. Another one as well. This bunker is the final hope. Reaper's trying to hold against this many spines. It is just not going to happen here. This is like a horror movie for Terran. Actually, SCVs and Marines going to take out one of the spines. That's pretty good, but the other one and another one dies too. Oh! Is TY holding this? I thought for sure TY was not going to hold this. No! Elazer taps out. TY makes it happen with a Marine and 5 Reapers, 17 SCVs, and a bunker. Look at that. Look at that from TY. That was nuts. 700 resources lost for the Zerg, 450 for the Terran, but it was 17 to 11 total workers. It was a one base all-in from Elazer. It just was. So, yeah, Elazer tried to make it happen. I thought for sure TY was dead. But good repairs on the bunker. Got a little bit too greedy, I think, trying to walk the spine crawlers up here alone without getting support from the other spines. Maybe should have planted them here. Instead, I feel like 3 spines together is better than kind of spreading them out. Maybe that was his mistake. But either way, 3 minutes and 22 seconds in, TY gets the victory. So good job. Good job, Terran. That's twice. That is twice Terran players have won a TVZ on this map where the Zerg player tried to cheese. So great job. We're going to move into game number 7 here in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to our Short Games Compilation 2016. This is ByuN versus TY on Galactic Process. Hey, it's the winners of our 2 ZVTs facing off against each other. We'll see who comes out on top here. But let's introduce them first. In the top right side of Galactic Process, we have the blue Terran player. It is TY. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is ByuN. So Terran versus Terran here for the Ultimate Champion. This is going to be our final game of the Short Games compilation. We'll see who comes out on top here between ByuN versus TY. And nobody going for a crazy proxy play. Nope. Nobody doing that at all. Refinery here into barracks. That seems like an early refinery from TY. He's going to have a lot of gas available by the time he can make a Reaper. Not sure what that's all about. ByuN, kind of the same thing here. And going for a second refinery. Both players going for a second refinery. All right, all right. Apparently I need to read up on my TVT like one base all-ins, because it seems like maybe that's what we're seeing here. Cyclones possibly could be good here. Banshees always good in TVT. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So it's Galactic Process. It is a two-player map. You know where your opponent is, but it's a pretty far rush distance, right? You got to go down here and then all the way up that ramp and around here and down another ramp and up another ramp and down and up another ramp, and then you're there. So Reaper coming out for ByuN. And is TY also making a Reaper? Crap. All right, 2 Reapers, you guys. We can do this thing. Carl Gustav is going to be our blue Reaper, King of Sweden, going crazy after he finds out that aliens and Zergs threaten his strawberry garden. And Dark, D-H-A-R-K for the red Reaper, because Dark and most variations for a nickname are already used too often. So Dark versus King Carl Gustav. All right, Dark, what you got, man? Here he comes. And it's actually going to be multiple Reapers coming in for both of these players. Yeah, so it is Mass Reaper. All right, so we're going to call one the Army of Dark and the other one the Army of Carl Gustav, King of Sweden. So King Gustav versus Dark. I'm going to try to keep this straight. I've messed this up before in TVTs, so bear with me on that one. So here we go. It is going to be Dark moving up. Doing some crazy dance is Carl Gustav, King of Sweden. Starport on the way from TY. Expansion on the way from ByuN. Hellions on the way from ByuN as well. So no sign of an expansion from TY. Gonna go for the straight up one base. This could be a problem for ByuN. Expanding is very difficult when your opponent is one basing you, especially an opponent as scary as TY can be. So Hellion here for ByuN. 2 Reapers from the Army of Dark. The Army of King Carl Gustav is here as well. Both players actually the same composition. 2 Reapers, Hellion on the top of their ramp defending. It's just that TY didn't care to expand during the process. TY is working on Cloak Banshee instead. Alright, that's cool. I'm down with Cloak Banshee. You gonna be ready for that, ByuN? You gonna be ready for that one? Do you have an engineering bay? No. Do you have enough energy available to scan? Not really, and shouldn't either if his mules are on point. Both players heading out at about the same time here, and ByuN, oh, gonna catch these Hellions. Run, Hellions, run. Come back, Reapers. No, they decide not to. Oh, here comes ByuN coming up this ramp. Good micro by TY, though. KD8 charge, knocking him back. One of the Hellions dies. Oh, no, ByuN's on top of it, killing. Has he lost anything yet? He has not. I don't think. SCV is forced to defend here. At the same time, Reapers from King Carl Gustav trying to deal with a couple Marines defending at the same time. No, ends up completely dead here. ByuN losing stuff at the same time. Banshee clearing everybody out, but 7 SCVs killed during that attack from the Army of Dark. And King Carl Gustav did not do as well, as it turns out. Did not kill any workers at all. So it's 28 to 21 harvesters. ByuN has the lead. ByuN has the expansion. Cloaked Banshee going to have to do it, but look at that. Missile turrets coming up. ByuN scouted. ByuN scouted when he made that attack. Saw exactly what was coming. And did he cancel that? Yes, he did cancel. He did cancel the cloak. He recognized it would not be useful because ByuN scattered out. So he pushed back just a little bit here. He's pulling on a defensive maneuver. Is he expanding? No, he's still sitting at one base. Oh, TY, you're in so much trouble right now. You are in so very much large amounts of trouble. All right, it's time to go. It is time to go, says TY. He's got Banshee. He's got a couple Marines. He has SCVs coming. He's got a Cyclone. He's got a Hellion. Remember, this is before the current patch. So the Cyclone does not have crazy Tornado Blaster attack that does crazy amounts of things. Instead, it is the Missile Pod, which is not as good. But lock-on can lock on to both air and ground units instead of just air. So kind of some trade-offs there. All right, here we go. TY Not expanding. Bringing out as much as he possibly can. Combination of this biomech play. SCVs at the front line as well. 4 of them. He knows he needs to make this thing work or he is dead. He knows. And here he comes. Hellion at the front. Cyclone at the front. Banshee Marines. Free Marine. Kill anything you can. Make it work. Here he comes. Is ByuN ready for this? He does have a couple Cyclones, a Viking, and a bunch of Marines here, but SCV is attacking at the same time. High ground Cyclones and Marines, though. He's forced to abandon his natural base. Banshee taking down Supply Depot. Lock-on ability from ByuN on top of these air units, killing Marines at the same time. Banshee doing a pretty good job. Has 6 kills. Already going to come up this ramp. Tank out for ByuN, though. That's a big stinking deal, and that's it. GG. GG from TY. TY is defeated and ByuN is victorious in our TVT short game. Yeah, that was it. Also, Cloak Banshee up here at the same time. Yep. Okay, that hurt. So ByuN went Cloak Banshee. TY basically gave up on the Cloak Banshee maneuver. Couldn't get up at this ramp, especially with tanks. Especially with a tank right there. And a Cloak Banshee defending. Ouch. Ouch. ByuN just outmaneuvers TY and becomes our supreme victor of the short games compilation. Whew. All right. So that is going to be it from me. I hope you enjoyed this short games compilation. I'm going to try to do these a little bit more often as I get them, as I find them on Spawning Tool, as I find them on GG Tracker. Just because I think a lot of you guys do want to see the short games. The long games are a lot of fun too. They're my favorite. But being able to see the short stuff, little action-packed 4 to 5 minute, 6 minute games can also be very entertaining at the same time. So, all right, going to sign off here. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Jeff Duvall, KN, Matt Meermans, Hagon Marcus, Backberty, Alex Coffey, Ben Reboyne, 19 Day, Keith Garlow, Alexandros Canaris, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estegoy, Bober Set, Cale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Menhadin, GMP, Sip Kopada, Konma, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Shing, Rajiv Bhatt, The Cosmic Phoenix, Peter Hawes, Andre Breet, Mither. Thank you, Leak at the top right. Bye.